Hi everyone, good evening and good morning based on your time zone. Welcome to SAP MDG demo. Let me introduce myself Venkat, and I do have almost 14 plus years of experience in SAP. I am an MDG certified consultant. So far, I have worked on various implementation projects for different domains. Also, I worked for a couple of product implementations. I do also have support project experience. I started my career as an ABAP consultant. Then slowly I worked on Web Pro ABAP, FPM, and since last 7 years, I've been working on MDG. So currently, I'm working for one of the top MNCs, and in parallel, I used to provide the trainings also. So far, I had completed successfully 9 batches. And recently, I had started one batch in August. That was the 10th batch. And yours is going to be the 11th batch. So this is just a brief introduction about myself. Okay, let's start with our demo. So the agenda for today's demo is I'm going to give you some high-level understanding about what is a master data and what are the various master data challenges being faced by the industries in the current situation, and how our SAP's MDG solutions can overcome those master data challenges, and what are the various standard solutions, MDG solutions are available. So these things we are going to discuss at a high level. In regular classes, we will go in deep dive. And after that, we will have a walkthrough of our course curriculum. What are the topics we are going to cover through our course? And we'll discuss about the course features and the schedules and how you are going to access the course. There is a learning platform. I'll be walking you through that. So after that, I will take up the question and answers. Now, let's understand what is a master data and what are the various types of data available in SAP. I'll take a simple example. Okay, this is a simple example. Let's say I'm purchasing an iPhone. Maybe I would like to purchase iPhone 12 Pro Max, and the listed price in Amazon, maybe we can consider Amazon or Flipkart, whatever, doesn't matter. Now, let's say the seller has listed the price as 1 lakh rupees. Now, the seller got around 1,000 customers. So if seller got the 1,000 customers, how much he can make out of that? Around 10 crores. So seller can make around 10 crores if everything goes well. Means if seller can purchase, seller can sell the product of iPhone worth 1 lakh INR to 1,000 customers. Out of these 10 crores, there might be some revenue share to Amazon, and some amount will go to the seller. Now, let's assume that there is a case. The price has been incorrectly updated as 60,000 rupees. This is the second case. Instead of 1 lakh, due to some data issue, the price has been incorrectly updated as 60,000 rupees. Now, if you take the same transaction, meaning transaction of the 1,000 customers, how much revenue can be made this time? 6 crores. So here, if you look at these two transactions, there is a difference of 4 crores. So out of these 4 crores, the loss may be for Amazon or maybe for seller or for both based on their revenue share and their agreements, etc., etc. Now, why this loss has been happened? Because of the data error at the price. Now let's take another scenario. This time, the data error is at the color of the mobile. So the actual color of the mobile in the warehouse is blue color, and the display value is maybe, let's say, gray. Meaning customer can see on the Amazon portal this particular mobile as gray color. It is mentioned as gray color, but of course this particular product has some ID, right? Product code. So that product code has the blue color in the warehouse. So that means if I order some product that is based on the product ID, and while shipping the product, they check the product ID. They check the product code and go to the warehouse, pick the product. So while picking that product, that actual product code is referring to the blue color in the warehouse. So that means there is a difference in the color. Now what happens is, let's say customer has ordered this, assuming that it's of gray color. Now, when Amazon ship the product to the customer, what color he or she got? Blue color. Customer don't like the blue color. Customer expected it is a gray color. Now, what will happen? Customer return this blue colored product to Amazon and will request for the replacement, saying that this is not the color actually the customer ordered gray color. Now what Amazon will do? Amazon will correct that one, and this time they deliver the gray colored product to the customer. Now customer is happy. So in this case also there is a data error. But where is that data error? Data error at the attribute color. But is there any loss this time? This time there is no much loss, just the shipping charges, nothing much. But in earlier case, due to the error at the attribute price, there was a loss of around 4 crores. So the similarity between these two cases is there is a data error. That is a similarity. But the difference is the data error happened at different attributes. In the first case, the data error was at the pricing. And in the second case, the data error was at the color. Different attributes got the different errors. So the attribute where the actual error happened, that decides the result. So as and when if there is some data error, we can't obviously come to one conclusion that there is some negative result or there is huge loss. Nothing like that. We have to analyze what happened, where the error occurred, what went wrong, and we need to analyze the impact. Accordingly, only we can come to one conclusion. So if there is an issue at the data level, that doesn't always mean that will leads to some loss or negative impact to the organization. The proper analysis is needed when you are looking at the data, when you are analyzing the data. This is very important being a data consultant, whether it will be a master data consultant or whatever it might be. You have to properly analyze. You have to be in a position to analyze the importance of the data. Each object, whatever you take, will get so many attributes, but each and every attribute has its own preference, its own priority. You need to understand that one, which is having high priority, which will have high impact on the organization if something goes wrong. Being a data consultant, that is very important. You need to have that kind of analysis, whether you are a technical consultant or functional consultant or techno-functional, doesn't matter. First and foremost, you need to be in a position to understand, analyze the data. So now, in this context, if you see, there are various types of data. So what are the various types of data? Let's have a quick look at that. So the transaction is iPhone sales. So who will list the product? The seller. And what seller will list? The product. iPhone or anything. But here we are taking iPhone as an example. Now, who will purchase this product? Customer. So seller, product, customer. Now, seller has some attributes, right? Like, let's say I am the seller. If I want to sell my products on Amazon, first I need to register as a seller, right? So if I want to register as a seller, I need to fill in the basic form. So while filling the basic form, what are the basic details I need to provide? I'm just listing few properties: email address, my mobile number, my registration number, and my address, name, etc. Now, once I register successfully in Amazon as seller, then if I keep sitting idle, I can't make any revenue, right? I can't get any profit. I need to list my products over there. I need to register my products then. So let's take a generic scenario of a product, or let's take iPhone. So type of product, it's a mobile phone, and the brand Apple, and the model maybe 12 Pro Max, and the color, price, warranty, etc. If you take another product, that might be having different properties, maybe similar also. Now, though I list my products, if I can't get any customer, then also of course I can't make any revenue. So customers also should be there. So I need to let's say I want to purchase some product, so I need to register as a customer. So to register as a customer, again I need to fill in my email address, mobile number, name, address, etc. Okay, now seller registration is successful, our vendor registration is successful, the product registration is successful, the customer registration is successful. So three are registered. Now a successful transaction can be initiated. So let's say customer found this product, iPhone 12 Pro Max, would like to purchase them. Now, as soon as customer started initiation of the purchase, there will be different documents or different transactional related will be generated in the backend. First one, payment information, means invoice. Okay. And sales order, purchase order. And once the sales is successful, then the shipping document will be generated. Once the shipping is successful, then the delivery, so delivery confirmation and everything. If there is any return or replace document will be generated. Finally, the closure or customer acknowledgement. So these things will happen, or these documents, let's say, will be generated only when the customer transaction has been initiated. Unless the customer initiates the transaction, this won't be generated. Now here, I can categorize the whole data into two. One is this set and another is this set of data. So here, observe carefully, this is very much related to our MDG. So here, the seller or vendor, product, customer, whoever is there, are we going to frequently see these registrations? Definitely not. Seller don't register multiple times for each product. Seller registered once. The seller has multiple companies, maybe they can register multiple, but not very frequently. So one-time registration, and later on subject to the changes. If there are any changes required, then seller go and modify the registered details. Product, seller lists the product once, and if there are any errors identified, then seller will change the details of the product. Correction. Similarly, customer, as a customer to the Amazon, I register only once with my email address and mobile number. Next time, I just log in with those details. If I find like maybe the shipping address or delivery address, something is wrong, then I can go and correct the details. That's it. It's a one-time creation subject to the data corrections. Here, if you see these transactions, sales orders, purchase orders, these can happen very frequently. Let's say customer purchased around 10 mobiles. 10 transactions will be initiated, and 10 sales orders, 10 purchase orders, 10 shippings, all those things will be generated. Now, let's say for this product, they got 1,000 customers. And for this product, we can see 1,000 sales orders, 1,000 purchase orders, all those things. So that means the second category, whatever we have mentioned here, these can happen very frequently. It's not one time, but these are one-time creation. That's it. So whatever we see at one-time creation, that is called as master data, the core data. Without master data, no business can think of these transactions. And this data is called as transactional data. So transactional data is dependent on master data, but master data is not dependent on transactional data. If there is no seller, no product, and no customer, we can't think of these transactions. Only if there are sellers, products, customers, everyone registered successfully, then only we can think of these transactions. I'm taking Amazon as example. There are various kinds of businesses running in the entire world. So for any business, customers are very important. Also, the vendors are important. And the goods, those are also very important. Once everything is in place, then the transactions, business transactions can be initiated. So now, if there is some error in the product, maybe the price, that will affect the transactions. If there is a color, that will affect color difference, then that will affect this shipping document. And if there is a price, that will affect entire thing. So likewise, based on the data error, the respective transaction can be affected. So that's the reason master data maintenance is very important. It's very crucial for any business. If there is something wrong, then obviously that gives the huge effect on the business transactions. If there is a huge effect on the business transaction, that will affect on the company revenue. If there is a company revenue, obviously that will go and affect on the employees based on the what do you say, based on the effect percentage, the impact of that one. So you might have heard like that many companies are laying off their employees, etc., because their profits went down. They are not making a good revenue. Okay, so they can't pay the salaries to the employees. So likewise, if there is a financial impact on the organization, that might affect all the levels of people. That will have a huge impact. So we have to be very careful in the data maintenance. That is the power of the data. Is this clear? The difference between the master data and transactional data? Any questions from anyone? We had discussed about the master data and transactional data. Now, are we having only these two types of data in SAP? Or we do also have any other types of data? Yes, we have other types of data in SAP, basis data and organizational data. Yeah, I'll give you one simple example. Let's say I have purchased a new mobile. It can be a, Apple iPhone or Android phone, anything. So as soon as I purchase the new mobile, am I able to use it directly? Definitely not. First, I need to do the initial setup. Like I need to set up my account, whether if it is a Apple iCloud account or something we need to set up, and if it is Android, we need to set up with the Google account. Okay, once I create or reuse the existing account and set up all the credentials and give the permissions, I choose the country, language, etc., all those settings, and I provide the authentication, whether it is a Face ID or biometric fingerprint or PIN code, whatever. So once everything is ready, then my mobile is ready for use. Now, my mobile is ready. The device is ready after setting up everything. Now, let's say I want to make a call, or I want to send some message, or I want to make some WhatsApp call. So now WhatsApp got one feature like if you don't save the contact also, you can chat or something. Let's assume that there is nothing like that feature. Only if the contact is available in the mobile, then only you can make a WhatsApp chat or call. Now, if you want to use WhatsApp in your mobile, even though your device is ready for you can't use the WhatsApp directly. You need to install the WhatsApp application. Then you need to register with your mobile number, and then to whom you want to chat with or to whom you want to make a call. You need to have that contact available in your mobile, or at least you need to know the number. Then if that information is readily set up, then you can do your activity. What's your activity? Making a WhatsApp call. Let's take another example. You want to send an email to your friend. For that, again, you need to install, let's say you have Gmail, you need to install the Gmail application and you need to log in with your Gmail credentials. Then you need to know your friend's email address, and then you can send an email. So here we can think of three separate tasks here. One is the core device setup. Second one, getting the required configuration ready based on the application you want to use. Third, performing the final activity. In this particular scenario, I can think of these three main tasks. Now, here also in SAP, forget about MDG. In general SAP, if we want to do any tasks, first our SAP server has to be set up. Our SAP server has to be ready. So someone from some team has to set up the server, do the initial server configuration, the infrastructure setup and IT setup, memory setup and everything. Server should be ready for use. The core configuration. So that activity will be done by different teams in the real time. IT team, basis team, security team. These three teams will collaboratively perform this activity, the setup of the core server. So in SAP, whatever you do, everything will be stored in the form of data in the backend database. So when you are setting up your server also, whatever the configuration they are doing, everything will be stored as data. That data which is required or which was created during the initial setup of the SAP server is called as basis data. That includes the memory management or buffers or users creation, authorizations, client creation, roles creations, etc., all those things. Now, once the server is ready, just compare with the mobile example I have given. That means the mobile device is ready. Here the server is ready. Now there in the mobile scenario, what we have done later, we have to decide which application I want to use. Accordingly, I need to do the required configuration for that application. So here also in SAP, we do have various modules. SD module, MM module, FICO module, warehouse management, production planning. Okay. Likewise, we do have various modules, plenty lot of modules. So no customer will use all the modules. Every customer or every client has their own preference. Few would like to use only MM. Few would like to use MMSD FICO. Few would like to use EWM FICO. Few would like to use the plant maintenance. It depends on their business. So based on their requirement, what module they want to use, accordingly, the initial configuration has to be set up. That is called as organizational data. So once the initial configuration is ready, there in our mobile example, the actual app configuration is ready. App is set up. Now we can start our final activity. So here, once the initial configuration is ready, then we can create master data. After that, we can create the transactional data. So typically, these are the four types of data we can think of in SAP. Basis data, organizational data, master data, transactional data. So transactional data will be available in the business systems. I will let you know in MDG what kind of data is applicable. So this is not MDG specific. In general, in SAP, what kinds of data are available? That's it. Is it clear? Any questions so far? So what are the various challenges? What are the various master data challenges in general we can think of in any business? Here I am taking an example of some heterogeneous landscape. There is a business where they have expanded their operations in multiple geographical locations and multiple systems. Sales systems are there, procurement are there, manufacturing are there. Okay. So some other business systems can be SAP systems or non-SAP systems, whatever it might be, doesn't matter. So they have distributed their master data across various systems in various geographical locations. So in that scenario, what kind of challenges we can just think of in general? First one, duplicate data. So if there is no proper integration and sharing between all these business systems, there is a possibility that duplicate data can exist. Let's take a simple example. In your laptop, let's take some D drive. You have many, maybe 10, 15 folders. You have some XYZ file. Okay, today you have saved that file in some ABC folder. So after 1 week or 10 days, there is a possibility that you might save the same file in different folder. Now, after 1 month, you want to make some changes in that file. So you have made changes in the second folder. Again, after 1 month, you want to share that file to other person. So there is a possibility that you might share the original first folder file or second folder file. The latest changes are available in the second folder. Now, if you share the file which is saved in the first folder, then you might be losing some data, some information, because the same file has been distributed in multiple folders. And when you want to make some consistent changes, you made the changes in one file or or on the file located in one folder, but that didn't impact or that didn't affect on the file saved in the another folder. So there is a data inconsistency. Similarly, if your master data also being spreaded or distributed in multiple systems, let's say there is some XYZ corporation customer. So that customer data is available in this ERP2 system and manufacturing system. Now, let's say that customer address has been changed. So the data updated in this system by the respective team, and they did not update here. Now, if the customer data is not updated, address is not updated properly, then that will affect on the transactions. So that is because of the data inconsistency across the systems. The same master data, which is distributed in multiple systems, but the consistency was not maintained properly. So these kind of issues might happen. I'm not saying it will happen always. So these are the probabilities. Okay. There are probabilities that these kind of issues might happen. We can never predict. So there might be duplicate data, there might be some incorrect data, or there might be some incomplete data, meaning all information has not yet been provided properly. So when we have such kind of incorrect master data or some incomplete master data, obviously that will affect on the reliability of the data. Okay. So finally, based on the business or client operations, they would take the reports on a quarterly basis or monthly basis or half yearly basis, because they want to analyze the whole business, how much revenue they have made, how much transactions they have made, what kind of products they have sold, which got the less sales, which got the more sales, what is the difference in the sales percentage between the previous quarter and current quarter. Like that, they have to do the proper analytics. Then only they can successfully run their business. So if they want to get some reports for the single for a specific customer, the customer data has been maintained incorrectly between these two systems, even though it is same customer, then the reports will be inaccurate, right? Okay, so there will be such kind of impact, and there are various ways to overcome those things. So we can do the manual corrections, or we can do the automation, and we can hire extra resources, or we can introduce some automation tools, or we can introduce some common shared database. Okay, there are various possible ways, and we can do the cleansing activities, collecting all the data and keeping the single copy. Likewise, there are various ways to do that one, to overcome the master data challenges. So SAP has introduced one tool called master data governance to overcome these master data challenges. MDG, data governance, master data governance. Governing the master data. So I think most of you know about the governments. We have state government, central government. What they do? They govern the people. They make the laws and they impose the laws on the people. Okay, so that they can control the activities of the people. They can control the crimes and they can control some illegal activities, etc., etc. Okay, the final crime rate or whatever is there, that will be reduced. It won't go to the zero, obviously, but at least instead of 80, 90, it can be reduced, right? So in the same way, MDG tool, I'm not saying that MDG tool, master data governance tool, will produce 100% quality of the data. I'm not saying that one. We can never think of 100% quality data. Never. Trust me. But we will try to minimize the errors in the data. We will try to minimize the impact of the data errors for the business, for the client. So MDG, Master Data Governance Tool, will help you to achieve that one. We'll see in detail. We'll have a deep dive about MDG during our regular classes. This is at a high level only. Okay. So what MDG tool offers? MDG tool offers the governance of the master data, meaning you can get the accurate, you can get the consistent, reliable master data using MDG tool. Integration, one of the strongest feature. You can integrate your SAP MDG tool with other SAP and non-SAP systems also. Meaning, let's say I have an Oracle system where the client is maintaining the finance master data. Now, client identified that there are some errors in the finance data in the Oracle system. They want to govern that data, meaning they want to correct that data. Simple, to make it more simple. They want to identify the errors and correct the data. In future, they want to maintain the consistent data and they want to have the accurate data. So for that, client found that MDG tool can help the client to achieve this one. Yes, MDG is SAP tool. Oracle is non-SAP. Now, client has a confusion. So since it is a non-MDG tool, non-SAP tool, Oracle is non-SAP product. can they govern that data? But MDG can give that privilege. You can govern the master data of SAP, or you can govern the master data of non-SAP also. That kind of strong integration is offered by MDG too. Reuse. So there are some standard solutions delivered by SAP as part of MDG. I'll come to that in a while. And there are some templates provided in MDG, like let's say currently SAP has provided MDG solutions for few master data, maybe material, business partner, customer, supplier, finance. Now, client would like to govern other master data, some plant maintenance or some HR master data or employee data or whatever. But SAP did not provide that solution to the customers. Now, if the client would like to build a custom solution, how complex it is. So, clients don't no need to do no need to do everything from the scratch. SAP has provided some predefined templates. Using that, we can reuse and build our custom solutions in an easy way. It's not completely easy, but at least it will reduce some efforts. Like for example, you want to build a resume. Earlier days, we used to build resume from the scratch. But now, with the latest MS Office versions, Microsoft itself is providing some resume templates. You can choose the required template and just make the corrections. You can update the details, your details. So the data you need to decide what you need to update, what your name, number, and your experience summary, project, skill set, okay, your certifications, all the details you need to know. But you no need to think of the design, the template, the core resume design. You no need to struggle much how to do the alignment, which font to choose, and which borders to choose, and how to organize the content. That you no need to think much. Microsoft already provided. You just need to customize as per your requirements. So there, Microsoft is reducing your efforts a little, at least, by providing the reusable resume templates. Similarly, SAP also provided few reusable templates and some APIs in MDG to reduce our efforts when we have the customizations. That is one of the strongest pieces. And data quality. Of course, we can think of the quality data and flexibility. The standard delivered solutions, whatever are there in MDG, they are flexible enough to customize as per the client requirement. So none of the clients in the whole world will go as is with this SAP standard solution. They definitely customize. They might add some custom attributes, or they might add some custom business rules, or they enhance the screens. I'm not talking about MDG in general. They enhance the screens and they add the new screens, and they add the custom validations, and new fields will be added. Anything. Definitely the client requirement has to be fulfilled. For that, we need to customize the standard solution. So whether our MDG solution, the standard solutions, are flexible enough to customize as per the client requirement? If that is the question, yes, they are flexible. So these are few advantages. We will discuss these in the regular sessions. This is one integration scenario. This also we will see during the regular sessions. Now, let's have a high-level understanding of what are the out-of-the-box applications. So out-of-the-box applications are nothing but the standard solutions delivered by SAP. Let's say you have purchased a mobile. So you will get a box, right? So if you open that box, what we will find? You can find a mobile phone, the manual, the charging cable, maybe adapter optionally, and earphones optional, and so the SIM ejector pin, and few companies are providing like the mobile case and tempered glass, all those things. So what all these things? So we can technically say these are the out of the box accessories of so and so mobile. Simple. Meaning when you purchase that mobile, you are getting all these things. Simple. Similarly, when a customer purchase SAP MDG license, of course they have to purchase the license, right? If they purchase the license, MDG license from SAP, what they will get? We must know what they will get. So SAP delivers few standard applications to the customer when they purchase the license. Those are nothing but the out of the box solutions. We call that as out of the box domain specific solutions. So when we purchase the license directly from SAP, we get only these solutions from this one. Customer master, supplier master, material master, financial master, meaning you can govern financial data, you can govern material data, you can govern supplier data, you can govern customer, of course, business partner. These together, business partner. So if you want to govern other master data, then that would be a custom solution. And there are two more solutions. The right side part. Retail and article, technical asset. So enterprise asset management, EAM, RFM solutions. These are not owned by SAP, but there are Solex partners, solution extension partners to SAP, meaning SAP initially built MDG solutions for these master data. So later, for some reason, they have stopped building or extending their MDG solution to other master data. So then there are few product-based companies in the market. So one of the companies came forward and they approached to SAP. Hey, you are not extending the solutions to other master data, right? So we have a team and we have the proper skill set. And we would like to extend this MDG solution to other master data, plant maintenance or retail data, RFM data. Please allow us to do. When they approach to SAP, so SAP verifies the company profile and everything. And then they authorize that particular company as Solex partner, solution extension partner to SAP. Then the Solex partner company starts building the solution for other master data as they discussed. And once everything is ready, then they approach to SAP again, saying that, hey, our solution is ready, our product is ready, please validate. Again, it's a SAP product only finally, meaning SAP solution. So whatever the Solex partner builds, they have to go to SAP for the verification and approval. They can't simply extend the solution and sell it to the customers. It's not the right way. So when they reach out to SAP, SAP reviews the product. Of course, they take the demo and everything from the Solex partner. Then they test all the functionalities, whether anything is working, not working fine, or if something goes wrong, or if there are any dumps, or if some functionality is went wrong, or if it is not working as per the standard functionality. Once they test everything, if everything goes fine, then they give the approval, saying that this product is ready. This can be sold to the customers. Now this Solex partner finds the customers, and the Solex partner and SAP together sell the product to the customers. So whatever the revenue they are making, they need to give some share to the SAP. Okay, those kind of Solex partner companies, we have few in the market, and one very famous one is Utopia, very popular. So now Utopia has been acquired by a company called Prometheus Group. So now you will see the term, or you will see the name Prometheus Group, not Utopia Solution. You will see as Prometheus Solutions. So they have built a couple of products. They are nothing but the EAM, Enterprise Asset Management, Plant Maintenance, and Retail Fashion Management. So when the customer purchases SAP MDG standard license from SAP, they won't get these two products. Because even though SAP is partnered, SAP is not owning these two products. Prometheus Group is owning. So customers, if they want to implement these products, these solutions, they have to take additional license from Prometheus Group. Then they will get these two solutions. So there are two categories of solutions. One is standard out-of-the-box solutions by SAP with standard MDG license. Second one, Solex Partners products with the Solex Partner license. These are the two categories or two sets of solutions in SAP MDG. Okay, in regular classes, whatever we have discussed so far, we will see in detail. So far, it's at a high level only. So next, I am going to walk you through the course curriculum quickly, and then I will show you the learning platform. So before going further, any questions from anyone? I hope you got some idea at least what is MDG and what are the master data challenges and what are the standard solutions, all those things. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Hi, Venkat. I have a doubt on this.
Yeah.
Like, as you explained recently, when we take the license for MDG, it will give for certain data and what access for certain data, and for certain data, it won't. So I basically want to know what is the proper difference between MDG technical consultant and MDG functional consultant and MDG techno functional. Like as I am an ABAPer, I'm completely into technical, but the data which I access is related to related to finance, related to SD, like almost all kinds of modules I've supported for. So I just wanted to know what specific difference is.
Yeah, good
amongst
question.
All this.
Yeah, good question. So while I am walking you through the course curriculum, so I will explain the role of technical consultant and functional. Just wait for a couple of minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone before moving further? Okay, good. So let me walk you through the course curriculum quickly. So entire course curriculum has been divided into different units. Even though it's been divided into different units, it's just the modularization purpose. But in our regular classes, I don't follow exactly the same order. Let's say, for example, I want to show you how to build a custom solution. So for that, I need to refer to few topics in the first unit. I need to go to the second unit. I need to go to third unit example, and I need to go back to fourth unit. And maybe when I am when I want to explain you to show how to customize the standard solution, I might come back to third unit again, and I might go to fifth unit directly. So likewise, so I follow some logical sequence. Okay, so which we usually follow in real time. But here, for your clarity purpose, the various topics has been categorized into different units. But by the end of the course, you will see all the units, all the topics are covered. So the first unit is getting started with MDG. So we will see what is MDG, what are the advantages of MDG, what are the use cases, and how many ways we can install MDG in the client environment. I'm not going each and every topic in detail. That may not be understandable to you. Okay. And what kinds of data we have in MDG categorization, and what are the various standard solutions, and we will have a deep dive into each and every solution, material or BP, finance, whatever it is. So that we will see in the first unit. So in the next unit, the baseline configuration. Let's say, being a MDG consultant, technical or functional, you are given a new system, fresh system. The basis has set up done the core setup, whether it is ECC or S4HANA. Now, the client asks you, so as an MDG consultant, you need to set up MDG. The core setup already done by basis and security IT teams. But you need to install, not install, you need to do the MDG setup with the core configuration. So when you are given a new system, what activities you need to do to get MDG run on your system, on your SAP MDG server. So that is called as baseline configuration. Okay. So we will see what are the various baseline configuration activities. So since here we are using the demo servers, training servers, so we may not be able to get the fresh servers, to be honest. So that's the reason I may not be able to show you practically the all tasks. I can be able to show you few of the tasks, but first time when I got the server, while doing the initial setup, I had recorded that configuration, whatever I have done. So I'll be sharing that with you. Also, I'll be showing you in the system each and everything, how they look like and what you are going to do in the real time. So with that knowledge, you can be able to perform the activities in the real time from end-to-end configuration. Now, data modeling. So there is something called data model. For example, if you take material master, so how the material data has been organized in general ECC or S4 environment, non-MDG. So you have material header data, plan data, classification data, storage location data, valuation data, costing, planning, all those things. If you take business partner, you have the business partner header data, you have the business partner addresses, you have the business partner bank data, business partner roles, company code, purchase orgs, supplier data, customer data. Likewise, the data has been organized in a proper manner. So in the backend, the data will be stored in the tables, but multiple tables are linked together. That means that particular setup has been already done by SAP. If you want to compare the data between different tables, you need to know how they are organized. Similarly, in MDG also, if you want to govern the master data, you need to know how the standard solutions are built, how the standard solutions are designed. Also, we will see how the custom solution can be built, the complete custom solution. So that we will discuss in the data modeling chapter. Now there is something called service mapping tool. So there is a link between MDG master data and the core backend data, ERP or S4HANA. So at one point of time, we need to transfer our master data from MDG environment to the backend environment or the SAP or non-SAP business systems. So while doing that kind of transformations, we need some mapping tool. We'll see in detail, don't worry. So there is a tool which can automate this transformation. So that is called as a service mapping tool. So whatever I am telling, there is a process, first we will understand what is service mapping tool or what is data model, etc. Then we will see the real-time use case, why it is needed in the real time, how it is required. Then we will analyze the standard solutions. Then we will see how to build a custom solution. Then we will see how to customize the standard solution with some real-time examples or real-time use cases. So whatever the topic you take, more or less we are going to follow the similar sequence. Now data quality and check. So finally, our main goal is to achieve the master data quality. So there are different ways to improve the quality. Few ways are duplicate check and business rules implementation, all those things. So here we will see how to implement the business rules on the master data. With that, how can we improve the quality of the master data, all those things. And UI modeling. Of course, whatever the solution you build, if the user need to perform some operations, the UI is very important. So in the UI modeling chapter, we will see how the standard UI applications are built and how the custom UI application can be built and what is the underlying UI technology behind that and how we can enhance the standard user interfaces. Then the process modeling. So there is something called governance process flow in MDG. Nothing but simple workflows. So you don't need to have the prior knowledge of workflows or anything. It's okay. So here we will be using the BRF workflows, business rule framework workflows. So there are various types of workflows. This is one of the, I can say one of the key topics or key principles for MDG. And one of the units which is very big. This is the only chapter which takes a lot more, almost 3 weeks during the entire course period. Very big chapter. And without this process modeling, without this BRF plus workflows, I can say there is no MDG project. Simple. And data replication framework. This is mainly applicable in two scenarios. One is in case of the financial solution, another in case of the integration scenarios. There is something called master data replication. So what is the replication and why it is needed, in which context that is needed, and how we can configure the replication, how we can replicate our data, and what are the various factors to be considered. Everything we will discuss here. And data import framework, this is related to the data loads. If we have the external data, how we can load that data into MDG. And extending MDG standard feature. So this entire chapter will revolve around like if there is a standard solution, how you can extend as per the customer requirement. MDG analytics and monitoring. So you will not be building anything here. So you will be leveraging the existing solution. Like you need to know how to generate the analytics reports and how to analyze that one, how to interpret that one. That's it. And user experience with the Fiori. So there are some standard Fiori applications. You don't need to know Fiori again. You just need to know how to configure that Fiori applications and how to use that. Simple. And DQM. So the DQM unit 13 and the unit 15, these together, these themselves are the individual modules. But as an MDG consultant, you need to know at least at a high level what is this DQM and what is this consolidation. And we have multi-object processing, mass data processing, and the project activities. So we will see what are the roles and responsibilities of MDG technical consultant. So as an MDG technical consultant or mainly technical consultant, so you will be performing various activities, like you will be performing the business rules implementation, you will be enhancing the workflows, or you will be creating the workflows. Okay, you will be implementing different baddies, and you will be extending the user interfaces, data models. Likewise, there are various activities. So like I said, there are various solutions: material master, BP, finance. Now, as someone asked earlier, so as a technical consultant, are we going to do everything for every module or any specific? So trust me, whatever you are going to learn in this course, you can be able to achieve the same thing for any solution. Let's say, for example, in the classes, I will show you how to build a BRF plus workflow. Maybe I take an example for solution. So whatever I have, I will be explaining you for solution to build the BRF plus workflow. The same way you will be following to build the same solution for other domain like BP or finance or whatever. If there is any difference in the approach for various modules, then I will be taking up for every module. Okay, you can trust on that. So likewise, as a technical consultant, your core focus is not on any specific domain, but again, it's not complex. You will be learning once, but you can apply the same knowledge on different modules. Trust me. And as a functional consultant, you need to focus on one module. I mean, whatever you are learning in the course, again, that knowledge can be applied for all the domains. But as a functional consultant, you need to project like whether you are a MDG material functional consultant or MDG BP functional consultant or MDG finance functional consultant, you need to gain the functional knowledge, functional exposure for a specific domain. If you are confident or if you have good experience, you can focus on two domains also, doesn't matter. So that is the core difference you could see. So we will see in detail what are the various roles, responsibilities of each and every consultant in the real-time projects. When it comes to the implementation, support, upgradation project, what you guys are going to do. Also, we will have the specification documents, functional spec, technical spec, SDDs, BPDs. I will have a walkthrough of that from my projects. And in an end-to-end implementation project, what are the various activities we'll be doing? And there is something called customer vendor integration, which is a minor topic. So these are all the things we are going to discuss during our course. So here few topics are relevant to only technical, few are relevant to functional, and few relevant to both technical and functional. So the course is a techno-functional oriented one. So being a functional consultant, when I am explaining some topic which involve the coding, so you may not be able to understand. So that doesn't mean that you can skip that one. My suggestion is you just pay attention. You don't need to learn thoroughly. You just pay attention to see what's happening. That's it. Some knowledge. Knowledge is not waste, right? Knowledge is useful at any point of time. Just get some knowledge. For every topic, I will tell you which is relevant for functional, which is relevant for technical, and which is relevant for both. So accordingly, you can focus on that. Now, we'll be having MDG certification guidance. I will explain you the entire process starting from the beginning, how you can subscribe and how you can schedule your exam, how you can prepare for the mock test, and I will be sharing some certification dumps also. And we have the certification mock test also. And once you schedule the exam, how you can attempt the exam, and once the exam is completed, what are the next steps? So all those things I'm going to explain you in this course. And the training highlights, you get the training from the industry expert. There are many people, I am one of them. So mostly I'm going to provide the training using the real-time scenarios. I'm not giving you a false commitment like I can provide 100% real-time scenarios, nothing like that. No one can provide like that because we are using the training servers, right? So the training servers obviously has some limitations. Let's say, for example, if I want to show you the integrations with the core systems, I can't show you that practically, to be honest. There is one limitation. Like that, there are few limitations, but wherever there is a limitation, I'll be giving you the required knowledge from my real-time project based by collecting some document. So with that knowledge, you can be able to do the things in the real time. Don't worry. So mostly 70 to 80%, I will be covering the real-time scenarios. So the remaining 20 to 30% based on the server limitations, to be honest. And I will try to explain each and every topic in detail as much as possible. And for every topic, you will be getting the assignments. So I'll be providing the assignments. And if you want to get good knowledge and good exposure, it's up to you how you practice, how you submit the assignments on time. And for mostly, I will be providing the study materials for every topic. Few will be standard SAP materials and few will be prepared by my own. If I feel SAP material has a clear explanation, I will provide directly that one. So nothing is comparable with SAP. If I feel that some information is missing or we can further enhance, of course, I do have my own documents also. I'll be providing my own materials also. And we'll be providing the interview questions and we'll conduct mock interviews. I will assist you in preparing your resumes. And we'll be using the Google Classroom as our learning platform. I will walk you through quickly. Sorry for the delay, guys. Since it is a demo, it might take a little time. Maybe we'll wind up in 5-10 minutes. And the server access will take the S4HANA 2022 MDG server access. Whether it is 2022 or 1909, doesn't matter. Whatever we are learning, we can apply the same thing in almost all the environments. There will be functionally, there will be some additional features, that's it. But whatever you are learning, that you can apply anywhere. No issues. So you don't need to pay anything for the server access. That is that will be provided to you throughout the course till the end of the course. After that, if you want to extend your server, I will be sharing you the contact. You can contact that person. They will provide you the server access at some discounted price. Okay, this is the learning model. This is the learning platform, Google Classroom, and I will be conducting some online quizzes also. I'll be uploading some quiz forms. You can provide your answers and you will get the results. Q&A sheets. So if you have some questions and anything, you can update your queries there. I will be answering that one. Survey forms. This is the feedback forms. So in between, during our course, whenever you would like to provide some feedback, positive or negative, doesn't matter. You can be honest. No need to worry on that. So I will take up everything, okay, equally. You can provide your feedback, honest feedback, so that I can try to improve myself. Also, if there are any flaws or anything, I will try to overcome them. And the most important prerequisites to learn MDG. MDG technical, functional. First, if you take the functional consultant, so most of the people in the industry, they have some false assumption that if you don't know any of the domains and if you know MDG, just MDG, then you can survive as an MDG functional consultant. So that is a false assumption, trust me. Being an MDG functional consultant in real time, you would require to work on any of these modules. For that, you need to have the core domain knowledge or experience. Or if you don't know, at least you need to know what is SAP and how the SAP environment looks like. I'll be sharing some reference videos so you can go through that. Since we have some almost 1 week time to start our course, so I'll be sharing those reference videos to you. at least you can get some basic knowledge so that you can start with MDG. So by the end of the course, MDG course, if you are a functional consultant, please ensure that you gain knowledge, good knowledge, configuration, end-to-end knowledge on any of the modules. So if you are completely new, I will recommend MM. Go for MM. If you already have some exposure to any of these, then you can choose as you wish. That is for the functional. And for technical, you need to write the code. Again, same false assumption in case of technical consultant also. Most of the people say that there will be only 20%, 10% coding in MDG. Mostly it is configuration only. That is complete false statement, false assumption. Configuration and coding, we never know how much percentage. At least configuration we can say, because that is a consistent mostly. But coding we never know whether there will be 10% coding in a project or 20% or 100% or 80%, sometimes 0%. It purely depends on the business requirement. Let's say, I'll take an example. In one of my previous projects, which I worked in the last year, I did zero coding, trust me, because they don't have much requirement, customizations. They just have few custom attributes to be added in the standard solution and some simple workflows. That's it. And authorizations and all. Authorizations, we got it achieved through security team. For enhancing the standard solution with custom attributes, it's a configuration. Simple workflows that also can be achieved through BRF+. We didn't do any coding in the entire project. So in that case, as a technical consultant, if you don't know above, that doesn't matter, you can survive. For the current project where I am working, we have around 350 business rules. And imagine for 350 business rules, how much code we need to write. And we have complex workflows. When we say complex workflows, there are body implementations involved. And we have the custom IDOCs. We need to build the custom IDOC inbound function modules. There also we need to write the code. We do have the interfaces. So this is complete contrast to the previous project. Here we have almost 60% of the coding involved. So that's the reason what I'm saying is, we never know, or we can't say that the percentage of coding involved in any MDG project. It depends on the business requirement, practically speaking. So as a MDG technical consultant, just like how the domain knowledge is important for functional consultant, for technical consultant, you need to know the core ABAP. Complete core ABAP is not required. The data dictionary, the basic reporting, and the basic understanding of the functional modules, that should be fine. You don't need to know the module pool and script, smart forms. Those are not required. And the object-oriented ABAP, OOPS ABAP, and you don't need to have the in-detail OOPS ABAP knowledge, like you have various singleton objects, singleton classes, etc., persistence classes, right? All those things are not required. At least you need to know how to create a class, how to create an interface, how to create the methods, how to invoke the methods in other classes and all. So that kind of knowledge is important. Enhancements, especially the baddies enhancement framework. You need to know all those things. And the IDOCs, SOA services. So mostly these will be there in the integration projects. If you don't know this one, for now it is fine. But while you are learning MDG, try to gain some knowledge on this also. I'll be sharing the reference videos, don't worry. So if you don't know these things also, still you can learn MDG if you are familiar with some SAP environment, the basic environment. So I'll be sharing the reference videos. You need to go through those videos. They will be in the sequence. So parallelly, you can gain the knowledge. And by the time when we start coding in MDG, so by the time at least you need to aware of these three. I'll be guiding you on that. For the people who are from non-SAP or from people who don't have the proper technical consultant prerequisites or functional prerequisites, for them I will be taking a couple of extra classes on the weekend to give you the proper guidance so that you won't struggle in the real time after the completion of the MDG course. Okay, you don't need to worry. So if you still have doubt, if you are directly through me, you can call me on tomorrow. Or if you are through Shrestha Infotech, you can ask them to arrange a call. And for techno-functional, obviously, it's a combination of technical and functional. Okay. So any questions so far?
Hi, question. Sorry, hi. Venkat, I am having one question.
Yeah.
Uh, so you mentioned that CBI you are going to cover, right? Customer vendor integration.
Yeah.
So it's like in detail we are going to discuss because I remember twice I got this question in the interview, like how we will do the customer vendor integration.
Yeah, to be honest, CBA customer vendor integration is not specific to MDG. It is a general S4HANA concept. But still, we will see that here in MDG after the end of all the topics because it's
Okay.
important to know. I can
Yeah.
say that is a prerequisite skill, but still I will cover them. No issues.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from anyone? I will finish up in 5 minutes. Please bear with me. Okay. So let me give you a quick walkthrough of the Google Classroom, our learning platform. So this is the Google Classroom. So you will be given access to one of these groups. So you will be having a new group, November 2023. So the stream tab that is having the announcements and all. I'm not showing that at the moment because it has my contact details. There are few people through institute. I'm not supposed to share that. So the main tab is classwork. So here you will get all your content. The only the thing is I need your email address. That's it. If you provide your email address, I will be giving you this Google Classroom access to you. This is a one-stop solution. You just log in and access our course. Simple. That's it. You don't need to go to anywhere. So here there are various topics. Add-on sessions. If I usually take the backup sessions. So for every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So the backup sessions will be uploaded here. And add-on sessions means, like I said, for non-SAP people or for people who don't have the prerequisites, I will be taking some additional sessions, right? So those also will be part of add-on sessions. And the assignments. So like I said, you guys need to be proactive in submitting the assignments because you are the one who is learning the course, right? The new technology. So you have to be proactive. So there are some instructions to submit the assignment also, how to submit and all. So for every topic, there will be the respective assignments. Baseline configuration, like I said, the pre-recorded videos. So those will be uploaded here. So currently I'm just doing some editing. So once done, I will be sharing those things. And the certification, like I said, I will be sharing the certification dump and the guidance and the certification mock test. If you look at this one, there is a certification mock test. You can test your knowledge. The results will be announced immediately. There is no limitation. As many times as you wish, you can try that. And class notes. So whatever we are daily taking in the regular classes, you will see the class notes here. Let me show you. So you will see the class notes daily. Whatever the topics we are discussing, everything you will see. And class recordings. So daily, once our class is completed, I'll be uploading the recorded session here. So you can access that, but the videos are not downloadable. So here, if you see in this class, what are the topics we have discussed? So what are the topics we have discussed and the respective videos? Class 33, what are the topics discussed? Likewise, you will see everything in a chronological order. And the course curriculum, whatever the PPT I have shown, that will be uploaded here. Daily agenda, this is one more important thing. Like, for example, if you see, so on each day, what are the topics we have discussed? This is a quick reference for. This is the daily agenda. And the doubts clarification classes. So this also a weekend class only. For every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'll conduct a special class. So to clarify all your doubts. Of course, in regular classes also you can ask your doubts, but sometimes people will be having more doubts and they want to have some extra session on all the topics. Usually in the regular classes, I'll take up the questions from the previous classes, 1 or 2 classes. But if you have the doubts on very earlier sessions and some other out of the box topics or other topics, so everything will be clarified in these extra sessions. External materials, like I said, I'll be sharing you the reference videos or documents for those who don't have the prerequisite skills, right? So these are the things we have for ABAP, MMBP, FICO. Okay, some training courses, FICO training videos, all those things. Quizzes. So like I said, we'll be conducting the quizzes also. Those also will be uploaded here. So you can just fill this quiz form. Reference resumes. So once our course is completed around 60 to 70%, then I will be sharing you the reference resumes for technical, functional, techno-functionals. So by referring to that, you can prepare your resume. Then I will correct your resumes if there are any mistakes are there. Then you can apply for the jobs. So server access. So once the server access is provided, those details will be uploaded here for each student. Specification documents, functional spec, technical spec, BPDs, everything will be uploaded here. Study materials, like I said, I have few my own documents and few SAP documents. Everything will be uploaded here. And you will see your peers, who are your teammates, fellow students, everyone you can see here. And the grades, once the assignments, quizzes, everything is submitted by you, you could see the grades here. If you have submitted or not submitted, how much score you got, everything you could see there. So this is the Google Classroom, our learning platform. You will be having the access to this lifetime. Okay. So that's all about the course curriculum and everything. And we are going to start our regular classes from 1st November. The timings are from Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. The total duration would be 3 months and it is a techno-functional course. So I'll be sharing this recorded video. If you are through your institute, they will share it to you. If you are my direct reference, I will share it with you directly in the WhatsApp group. And you can confirm your interest through the course on or before November 1st. And the new meeting link will be shared with you for the regular classes. Okay. So before closing the call for today, any questions from anyone? Anything, if you want to get clarified on anything, you can ask, no issues. Yes, someone was asking something.
Hello.
Yes, which is
Yeah, sir. Actually, I wanted to just know about the job market and the requirements because converting to MDG is like a kind of changing the role, right? So I just wanted to know the job market in Germany. Actually, any idea?
Yeah, good point. Actually, I missed to explain that one. Thanks for
Okay.
reminding that. No? So the currently,
Okay.
uh, to be honest, I'm not saying that MDG is the only module which is very hot in the market, which is having very good demand in the market. It is one of the modules. But the main difference, if you compare with other modules, is for MDG, the demand is high, but the supply is less. That means, let's say there are 100 open positions for MDG in the market. There are 50 to 60 people only available in the market. When you take another modules like MM or ABAP or Fiori or ABAP and HANA, if there are 100 open positions in the market, there are 300, 400 people available in the market. That is where MDG is making more difference in the job market. And coming to the scope, those who are converting from other domains like ABAP to MDG or MM to MDG, SD to MDG, the scope is good for you. But to be honest, if you just keep in your resume like I just got trained on MDG, like that, no one will give you the opportunity for sure. You just need to project minimum 3 years of past experience as an MDG consultant. But once you complete the course and once you learn the topics and once you get the subject and complete the assignments and everything, as I am guiding you, you can be able to work in the real time. But of course, since it is a new module, practically speaking, initially you might struggle a little, but don't worry. Whenever you are switching the technology, that is obvious. But I will be here whenever you have some issues or so, whenever you have some doubts or need some help, you can call to me, no issues. Or you can WhatsApp me or you can email me. I won't be charging anything extra for providing some on-call solution or nothing. You can call me for any number of days, no issues. Like that, as soon as I am available. And for next 5 years, we can say MDG has very good market. Okay. But after 5 years, if you ask me, not only me, no one can predict. We never know what will happen after that. But for next 5 years, I can think of good scope for MDG in the job market. So currently, the countries where MDG has good positions, India has more positions, and US has more positions. Most of the European countries also has good positions like Germany, Australia, Ireland, Netherlands. Okay, I do have a few friends over there, so through them I come to know all these things. And Middle East, not very high, but moderate, and Malaysia. So as of my knowledge, these countries has the good market for MDG. And the scope or number of opportunities for technical consultant, functional consultant. I don't want to give you the false statement saying that technical, functional, everyone has equal number of positions. Nothing like that. Obviously, technical consultants has more positions compared to functional. If you take non-MDG project, forget about MDG. Let's say there is a MM implementation project. So in an MM implementation project, how many MM functional consultants you can see? One or two. How many ABAPers you can see? You can see more ABAPers, meaning functional consultants are one or two. Technical consultants are more. Same in MDG project also. Functional consultants might be one or two. Technical consultants might be more. So considering that the number of positions for functional consultants are little less than technical consultant, but that doesn't mean that there is no opportunities, nothing like that. There are opportunities, but the ratio is like that. Okay, so this is about the job market. And one more thing, many people think that we must do the certification, then only we can get the good opportunities like that. Nothing like that. If you don't do certification also, doesn't matter. Even myself, I have done the certification just 6 months before. Earlier, I did not have any certification. Since my organization is forced to do the certification, I have done that. Otherwise, I couldn't have done the certification. So, getting an MDG consultant in the market itself is very tough for the organizations, consultants. They are not getting the resources at all. So, learn the subject well. Try to gain good practice during the course period itself. Don't think that after the course we will practice like that. Again, you need to spend 2 to 3 more months. So waste of time. So during the course period only, allocate some time, get the good knowledge, go out, get good job. Okay, that is the process. So is that clear? Any questions? Other questions from anyone?
Sir, as a fresher, we cannot get the job, sir.
As a fresher, it is difficult. You just need to put at least 2 to 3 years of experience. So I can't say that it's zero opportunities. There might be opportunities, but very less, very, very less.
So, Venkat, Rahul here.
Yeah,
So
Rahul.
currently I'm working as a end user for SAP MDG, and I don't know the ABAP. So how I can initiate this training?
So if you want to be a technical consultant, yeah, I'll be sharing you the ABAP reference videos. I will share. There is an Excel. I'll be sharing that in the group tomorrow. So you can just start watching those ABAP videos in the same sequence. So while you are attending the MDG, so that by end of MDG course, you could be able to be a technical consultant. But you need to do the practice also.
Okay,
might-
so after the
Yeah.
completion, can I show the current experience as a technical consultant?
Yes, if you do the good practice, you can show that last 3 years or 2 years you worked as MDG technical consultant. Any other questions from anyone? I think it's too late. Sorry for that, guys. So I extended like anything.
What is the fee structure for this?
Those things will be discussed separately. For fees and structure and all those things, you can reach out to me if you are through me, or if you are through institute, you can reach out to your institute, Shrestha or somewhere. Okay, guys. So I think that's all for today. It's already late. I will share this recording maybe by tomorrow end of the day. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me or through your point of contact from the Shrestha Infotech, and just confirm your enrollment by first number so that you don't miss the regular classes. Yeah, of course, first 1 or 2 classes you can attend, no issues. We'll be sharing the meeting link maybe by 30th or 31st October. Okay. Thank you then. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Not have a good day. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye.